Are you ready to take your organization to the next level and become a game changer in your industry? Then look no further. Welcome to Yeukai Business Show, where we bring you the world's top business thought leaders to share their secrets to success, from leadership development to finance, marketing, self-development, human resource management, and much, much more. Our guests reveal the strategies, tactics, and mindsets that have made them so successful. So let's dive in and learn from the best in the business. Awesome. Welcome back to another very special episode here on Yeukai Business Show. We are so delighted that you would take time to listen to the conversations we are having here. And as always, today is no different. We bring you some of the finest business owners, experts, consultants, and coaches on the show so that they can help you move your business from where it is to where you want to be. In fact, my guest today is going to share with you what is actually working today. Not what used to work 5 years ago, 3 years ago, or even 2 years ago, but what is working today. In fact, that's one of the beauty of these episodes, is because we are constantly looking for amazing people that are making huge headway in the world of business, helping people do what they want to do and doing it in style. And today is no different. My guest is going to share with you exactly the step-by-step process of achieving what you want to achieve today. Now, before I introduce our guest here, can I remind you to make sure you are participating in the community. There is a link below this recording here where you will be able to join if you are not yet part of the community, or if you are part of the community, you'll be redirected so you can join and join the conversation that is going. Remember, these conversations, they may be simple, they may lead to a different end goal. In fact, they could change the whole trajectory of your business or even your life. So I highly, highly encourage you to be part of the community. Let's come back to our guest. Thank you so much for joining us here. We're so delighted. I know how busy your schedule is, but for you to take time out of your schedule and be generous with your knowledge, it truly is an honor of mine. Thanks again for joining us here. Now, to get us started, for those who don't know you, or maybe haven't come across the work that you do, would you tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of your background, your education, and your experience in this area? Primarily, some of the things that you have done for other people, like business owners in our community. And maybe while you're at it, you could talk about whether you have been an overnight success. I say that with a tongue in cheek because I know there isn't anything of overnight success. If you haven't, what sort of things you've had to do to become an expert in this area.
I got started in 2019. It was on-the-job training in the sense of I was laid off, and it forced me to look into myself to figure out what is my next plan. I had to do self-discovery and remove myself from my role as a healthcare professional, and now tap into my gifts and skills and how I could use that in another way outside of being employed by somebody else. I did have to work very hard. I am still in the process of building up my business. It originally started in 2011. However, because of it not growing in the capacity that I wanted it to, I gave up on it. But now I am going full throttle into building it and creating it and producing products out of it to heal and encourage others.
That's brilliant, and thanks for covering that. Now we want to dive deep into talking about the very first step that business owners, those that may be starting from scratch, or those who are looking to reinvent themselves, ought to take to ensure success. And maybe we could talk about the best way for them to take these steps and if there are any tools or apps they can use to make this very first step easier moving forward. And if we have got enough time, maybe we could just cover a little bit about what they can do to get unstuck in the event that they got stuck on this very first step.
The first step in starting a business is to find and remember your why. You cannot start anything without finding your why because it will continue to be your motivation, give you momentum, and help you to endure. Because with every business, there will be times of criticism, there will be times of things not going your way, and you will feel like you're not succeeding, but you are in the sense of learning throughout the process. You have to remember your why in order to continue with perseverance and endurance. The best way for anyone to remember your why is to write it down, write it in your phone, write it on a post it so you can see your why everywhere. And it will encourage you that no matter the downfall, no matter the stagnant or zero sales, just remember the why so it could continue to push you and eventually you will get your reward. This step of remembering your why is a daily thing. It's not something you stop doing. Even when you reach your goal, still remember your why because with a lot of businesses, they say they average of it plateauing is within 2 years. It is important for you to continue and growing with learning with books, investing in yourself with other people who have accomplished where you want to go in order for you to do the same. The best way to get unstuck is to have someone else as an accountability partner who you can trust, who you know will have your back, and tell them your why in case you falter, in case you just had enough of pushing so hard. So this person can encourage you and say, hey, this is your why. Like, let's go, let's do this. So that to me will be the best way for you to get unstuck.
That's awesome. Thanks. I love how you've simplified things there, and I can see how anybody, pretty much anybody, can apply that step. Now, with that same mindset, let's dive deep and talk about the next step or the second step that they ought to take, and how perhaps we could look at how they can implement this step right now, not later on, but right now in their lives today.
The second step, what I am doing is I wrote down who I am in a year from now and what does that person look like. In turn, I will do the steps and perform every action that is needed for me to become this person. I would like to be a successful producing entrepreneur, and I write down the steps of what is needed for me to obtain that. This step does take a while because you are evolving each day, and the person you are today is not going to take you to that year person. It's very important that you know yourself and know the capabilities that you're able to take because that person today could take you so far. It is best for you to look into the future of what that person looks like. So then that future self will tell you what today's person needs to do in order to get there.
Wow, this is incredible. I love how you're simplifying these secrets, these systems, and these steps for everybody to apply today. Now, before we jump on to talk about the third steps, I want to talk to Bill in our audience today and anybody listening for that matter. Remember what we always talk about on this show, never to leave a place of discovery without scheduling when you're going to apply what you're learning today. The reason for that is if we don't schedule it, we will not do it. So I'm hoping that you are scheduling mentally if you're out on the run or maybe you're driving your car or whatever you may be doing, just make a mental note. When are you going to apply one of the steps that you have learned today? And because it is so small or very simple, that doesn't mean it's not going to bring tremendous results. Remember, it is the small hinges on a door that swings massive doors. So it will be just one of these amazing steps we are learning today that could open incredible opportunities for you. Well, let's go back and talk about that very third step, and maybe we could talk about it from a place where somebody has tried it and they have failed and they're feeling like they cannot do it anymore or they cannot start again anymore, and they're stuck. How can they get started again?
The third step is to find a name for your business. It is very important that the business exemplifies the character as well as the aim of what your goal is, because you are your brand. Your business name is your brand. The logo is your brand. In any way, if you misrepresent it, your company will fail. It is very important to use all the tools and websites and apps that are available to you. You could use Canva to get ideas. You could use even other people's websites for inspiration. You could use AI for inspiration. Just put in what is your goals, and AI could give you some information of different logos or different names for your business. Your name is your brand, and you have to represent your brand well.
Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Thank you again for that. This is incredible. Let's talk about the tools because, in my own experience, I've discovered that there are amazing tools out there that simplify the whole process. In your experience, based on what you know and helping many people in this area, are there specific tools that you recommend that business owners can apply today? And if their website, maybe you could mention those ones so that people can go there straight away and find this content to help them become what they want to be and reach those goals here today.
As I just mentioned, the many tools that I'm using currently, I first looked at the people who are accomplishing where I would like to be, and I've looked at their website. I've looked at their YouTube page of how they are doing it. So I, in turn, could follow the model. As they say, follow success, don't create a new path because you will go the wrong way. So I am following the mentors that I have in my mind. Also, AI, use it to your advantage. So then you could have an assistant, because that's what AI is your assistant to give you creative ideas of how to start. I've used it in how to start introductions to my book. I have used it with the new blog I'm starting and many ideas. It's very important for you to step out of your box in order to succeed. And those are the tools I'm using. Also, you can always go to network events and just put out ideas to other people and see what their responses are. You'll be amazed with people who are enlightened and will give you some insight. You don't have to say you are doing it, just give them a hypothetical so you could get some insight.
Thank you. I'm certainly going to check out one of those tools myself. If not, my team will be checking that out because I think tools simplify life for busy people like you and I, and I'm sure Bill in our audience will be doing the same thing. Now, moving on, I've discovered personally in my own journey as an entrepreneur that mindset plays a huge part in any area that you go into. In your opinion, having helped hundreds of people again, what sort of mindset that, to a certain degree, virtually guarantees success in applying these very steps we've been talking about?
The perfect mindset for the beginner owner, as I mentioned, is to remember your why and to have positive thinking. You have to understand that failure is an option. Failure is success's way of giving you more intellect. Thomas Edison went through 1,000 ideas till he finally got the light bulb. Imagine if he stopped at 999. Do not stop at 999. Keep enduring, keep persisting, and just know to take a break. Maybe you just need a day to move away from it because your brain is literally telling you, I had enough. Once you relax and go to a creative space of nature, nature will speak to you. I've been enlightened so many times by listening to God by the water and by the stillness by being by the water, which is my favorite place, the beach and the waterfall. Find your peace place. It's good to take a small break to reset your mind and to be positive to yourself. You cannot expect someone to invest in your company when you're speaking negative about your company. So invest in yourself by having positive mindset and be kind to yourself and to the process of your company because it will thrive. It starts with you.
Awesome. Thanks for that. And now, as we come toward the end of our time together here, and I know we have covered a great deal of information and strategies and steps that anybody can apply today, especially Bill in the audience here today. Is there anything that I haven't asked you about how to get started and how to do this very well that you would love to share with everybody before we wrap up?
Remember to enjoy the process. I know for me, I'm about the destination and I had to learn to enjoy the process along the way. When you enjoy the process along the way, it gives you encouragement, it makes you happy. Have small wins along the way. With one client, give yourself a high five, give yourself an excitement so that it will help you to come up with more ideas to get the next 10 and then the 100 and then the 1,000. Don't wait for the 1,000 for you to celebrate it. Celebrate with that one because all it takes is just one client. That is what I will leave you with. Celebrate the small wins and remember it is the destination with the journey, but keeping your eye along the path of being present throughout the journey.
Absolutely outstanding. Thank you so much for such a great interview and for your generosity in sharing what is working in your life today and what is working in other people's lives today with my audience here today. And would you share with everybody how they can connect with you? Maybe it's your website or even it's your social media, because I know there will be people in the community here that would love to learn further and can carry on from what we have started talking about here today. So please give everybody the best way to connect with you today.
Thank you so much for having me. Please go to my website, road2resilient.com. That is ROAD number 2 RESILIENT.com. There you will find my books as well as journals and soon an online course on how to master mindset. Also, you could follow me on YouTube at Rosi Resilient as well as Instagram at Rosi Resilient.
This has been outstanding, and I cannot thank you enough for your generosity and how you've been so selfless in helping people with the right steps they need to take today. Would you share with those listening here that are not yet participating in the community, Yeukai business community, how you're going to be helping them in there? I know there will be people with questions that will be looking for real answers and solutions, maybe services or products from you. And by the way, before you do that, I want to remind everybody that at the bottom of this recording, there will be a link that you can click on it and you'll be taken directly into our community where there is a lot of activities going on there. Many different guests that we've had are already participating in there. They're helping people with the questions and answers that they may have right now. So over to you. How will you be helping the community today, months, or even years to come? Once again, welcome to the family. Let's go help people. It is people like you and I that truly make the difference and truly help people live their dreams, reach their goals, and become great contributors to life that we all want to be. And again, take care. Until next time, God bless. And by the way, I nearly forgot. Remember to connect with me on LinkedIn. Somewhere along here, there is my LinkedIn details, or you can just type in Yeukai Kajidori, and I'll be delighted to speak with you in there myself and refer your services to other people that we know that are in the network. Again, thanks again. I truly appreciate you and what you're about. Thank you for tuning in to Yeukai Business Show. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode and have gained valuable insights and inspiration from our amazing guest. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review to help us spread the word. Also, be sure to check out our Leadership Ultimate Success Mastermind program, which is designed to help you and leaders in our community to do great things and support each other along their leadership journey. Until next time, live well, live with passion, know that the best is truly yet to come.